What have we got here? Oh. Hi people, today's video is going to consist of springs, rear dampers. The fronts are not too bad, so is what it is. Maybe a little surprise at the end, something that I impulse bought off good off Facebook Marketplace. These springs are not the Tein springs that everyone else runs. You can't get them in this country at the moment, it seems. I tried to buy about 3 pairs, got 3 refunds. These are the cheapest springs that I could find on Demon Tweaks. That is not necessarily why I bought them, but they're German, they're TUV, hopefully they're not terrible. KYB dampers, again, hopefully good. People seem to say good things about them on Japanese cars. Not uprated, nothing special, but we're trying to do this on a budget. The pair of dampers cost me £56, and the springs, like I said, 105, slightly cheaper than the Tein ones. Who knows if they're as good? Let's get them fitted. Right, so I've invested in a fancy boy lapel mic, wireless. So hopefully this is nice and clear, and I can speak clearly from here. One wheel off. Do as I say, not as I do. Do not work off a jack. Terrible idea. Get an axle stand under there. Be safe. I'm not going to get myself anywhere near being underneath the car, so I'm an idiot. Into the garage, select spanners. So, just going to undo these. Wonder how the sound will sync up. That's the wrong way. Well done. Hopefully, everything is nice and clear. We're cracking on. So I think it's probably worth addressing why I don't have coilovers, why I have, God that's tight, why I have a cheap set of springs. And I guess that's it really, that's answered its own question. Springs are cheap. Coilovers for this car cost the best part of £1,000, which is the cost of the car. So I don't think it's really justifiable. What I do think we should do here though is go to time lapse of taking this apart, and then come back once it's off, and we'll have a quick look at how you sort the spring. I'm sure most people know, but we'll run through it anyway. Right, now what these are is absolutely terrifying. Like I said, I'm sure people know this. I think there's plenty of videos out there describing it all, but spring clamps on. I'm going to tighten them down, compress the spring, whip off the top cap. This is absolutely haggard, so that's on the shopping list to get some new strut tops for this. Probably new dampers, to be completely honest, looking at the general state of them. But for now, given how quick it is to get the dampers on and off, I'll try not to take my face off doing this. Get the spring off, get the new spring on, compress it down, get the top cap back on, and we'll be good to go, I hope. Top tips here. One of these, this was disgustingly cheap, fake Makita, takes my Makita batteries on eBay. You know, you can't, I guess you get what you pay for, but does the job. That is prime for just slacking off the top cap. Do not undo that all the way, or it will fire into the neighbour's house over there. But now that I've just slacked it off, so I know that it's going to crack off. Just gotta try not to take my face off with these. Just wind them in. Oh, like a glove. There's a nut. There it is, in all its greasy glory. So, this is nearly one side done. Goes without saying. The reassembly, it's the same process in reverse. A few duggers. That's still good. This, by the way, this sounds like I'm talking up to the max, but the gun's just crap. Put the little dusty cap back on the top there. Whack these compressors off, and we can refit it to the car. Now this one, stick the wheel back on, drop it down, do the other side, which is exactly what I'm going to do now, but we're going to fast forward. Woo. So the back end is up in the air. It's definitely just starting to rain. Just got to drop the anti-roll bar that I put in the other day. It should be nice and easy. Undo those bolts that hold the damper in at the bottom there, both sides. Hopefully that then gives me enough drop and the spring should just pop out. Undo the dampers at the top here, here should be a piece of cake. This side should be 2 nuts, 4 bolts, but I think it might be time to have a cup of coffee while it absolutely hammers it down. Right, so it probably wasn't hugely obvious what I just did in that time lapse. This is like a double locking nut setup, so you have to hold one, undo the other, and then undo the other. It makes best sense to get a jack under the spring platform there, hold this side of the rear beam up, otherwise it will drop when you do the undo the damper at the top there. Single bolt holds the damper on at the bottom. Once you've undone the top, it's free at the bottom. I did just have to use the spring compressor just to clamp the spring down slightly to get it to come out, and then same going in, just to make it a bit easier to slide in and out. But honestly, absolute piece of cake. Anti-roll bar still on there. Some idiot put it in the way, made things a bit more difficult, but mounts haven't snapped off, and I've done some driving, so let's do the other side, get it back down on the floor. So here we go. This is the big surprise, big reveal. I've been out and picked up off good old Facebook Marketplace a set of these Team Dynamics Pro Race 2s, I think they are. Quite like the style. I think they suit the car quite well. I got them. They're on some fairly worn tyres. I think they'll be alright actually on the fronts, but they're a bit old. You can tell they're a bit hard. And I got a second set of brand new Uniroyal Rainsports with them, so that's pretty cool. It was like 400 quid for the wheels with some usable tyres and the spare tyres, so I'm absolutely buzzed on that. Just need to hey. What? Hang on. What? And absolutely magic. Anyway, that's cool. Only everything in life was easy. They look pretty good, eh? They look pretty good. Just waiting for some wheel nuts, and all will be well. Right, here we go again, back on the Backstreet Boys stall. Hope you enjoyed this video. Personally, feel like it's a massive improvement on the last one. My initial feelings on the car, feels really good. Obviously it's much stiffer, feels lower, much more planted. It has, on the road, slightly reduced the feeling of speed when you're pushing on. The body roll kind of emphasises that feeling of driving on the limit, but ultimately the car feels more capable now. I am always slightly dubious of what the stiffer spring is going to do to the rebound rates on a standard damper like that. I'm no expert, but but we will see long term. I definitely do think it's an improvement though, and the springs seem good for the money. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving me a like, subscribe it's going to be really helpful. I'm trying to obviously grow from absolutely nothing at the moment, so that would be really useful. Next week, I've got a load of stainless tubing that's going to meet the TIG welder, and we're going to make even more chavvy noises in the car. So until then, thanks for watching, and see you next week.